Hello there dear viewers, this is Trestle242 and it's time for another speed build video. In this video I am making a modern Japanese house in Mount Komorebi. And the reason I'm making a Japanese house is because recently I've fallen in love with Japanese cooking. And I follow this great YouTube channel called something like Miwa's Recipes or Miwa's Cooking or something like that. And well, she's inspired me to build a Japanese house. This house is based on a real house that I find on a website somewhere. And yeah, I rather like it. I think it turned out quite nice in the end. And I'm sort of struggling with the floor plan here. And I'm using a combination of traditional like Japanese shoji doors, this sort of paper doors that you probably associate with Japan, and also using more well, I guess more modern doors. This house is it's a sort of like a mix between more modern architecture and traditional Japanese architecture, I guess, and design. And I'm using a lot of the Snow Escape furniture and things just because I think that it has that sort of modern yet still recognizably Japanese design, and I love that little red mailbox. I think it looks wonderful. And yeah, here I am adding flooring to everywhere, and I'm using the flooring from Eco Lifestyle or Eco Living, which I love because I think it's so beautiful and it suits basically every house everywhere. And soon you're going to see what each of the rooms are. That small tiled room, for instance, is a bathroom, because in Japan it's common that you have the actual toilet in a special room. And here I am making over the kitchen using a sink from Dream Home Decorator. And here I'm using a kotatsu table, or kotatsu, I'm not sure exactly which syllable you stress when you pronounce it. And here you can see that I had to take a bit of a break. This video is going to be sort of split up into weird parts, and that's because I have had to take breaks. Here I am making so that the traditional tatami part of the room is heightened on a platform. I'm not sure if that is something that they have in traditional Japanese houses, but it's something that I have here. And I'm also opening up the room after seeing that the original room that this house is based upon has a very open layout with a lot of pillars instead. So basically I'm basing it on a floor plan that exists, and where I built them into separate rooms, they were in fact open. So here I am making it open and making the living room, which of course has some plants, since you have to have plants. And here I have a bookshelf. I like bookshelves. I think they add something. I think every house needs a bookshelf, even if your Sims would more like to listen to audiobooks than read a book traditionally. They should still just have a bookshelf. It's just one of those things that you need for a house. And there's the bathroom. It's very simple. There's not much to say. I'm struggling a bit with where to put the shower, and I finally put it over there. So we just move the window. I'm also adding a small painting just because. And I apologize for the camera sort of flipping around so much. I know that that's annoying to look at, but I hope that you will be able to look past it for this video. I'm anyway just trying to make sure that it's pleasant to look at whilst at the same time I'm building. And I also put that little teapot over there because I like having little teapots. And here I am sort of struggling with what to do with this little area, so I decided to just put paintings on the walls. And I needed to put some railing for the stairs, and also put in a toilet in the bathroom. And here I am putting some more railing so we don't fall off. I know that Sims technically cannot fall off, but it just feels better for me to have that. And here I'm putting a big shoji door that sort of reaches towards the balcony so that people can go to the balcony. And yeah, the balcony is something that the original house had. And here I am taking care of the sort of outdoors little patio or patio, or how you pronounce that word, I'm not really sure myself. And I know that those doors are probably meant to be doors outside, but I like using them as indoors doors because I think they look quite nice. And the room sort of goes in muted tones, white and sort of beige and that kind of color. And here's the home office, which is a nice lamp on it, and I'm just sort of putting in some office stuff. This is where I could have used some custom content if I had wanted it. I could have used some of the Pearsim office stuff, since I think that looks quite nice. And yeah, here we have a bit of a sort of sitting corner where you can just sort of sit and relax, I guess. It's one of those corners where I didn't know what to put, so I just put a chair and, you know, some flowers. I guess it's just, you know, it's something special. This light green colored room is the child's room, because there is a child living in this family, and she's a little girl. I made the room sort of void critter themed because I know that a lot of I just imagine that void critters are like the Sims version of Pokemon, and that a lot of kids like them. So that's why I'm putting up little decals and other decorations into the room. In Japan, it's apparently quite common for households to only have one child. So that's why this family has one child, but they have to be quite wealthy because this is a big house, and Japan has a very it's a very crowded country with lots and lots of people living there. So I've had to be sort of, I'm imagining that a quite wealthy family lives here. And I'm just sort of, decorating and doing stuff, really. There's not much to say here. Except here I'm making over the balcony. And yes, I'm putting a little bench there because I thought the bench would be nice to have. And another one of those benches with some fur on it, so it'll be warm and cozy in the winter. And I'm also putting out a grill, so you can make delicious grilled foods on there. And here I am mistakenly putting the mailbox, because I thought that was the entrance. I sort of forgot where I'd already put the entrance. And I'm making over the foundation. And then I moved the house a little bit because I didn't like where it was sitting. And I just made it all out of white concrete, or something that looks sort of like white concrete. And here I'm doing some landscaping. I'm just adding a bunch of like random, some bamboo, some of this, some of that, some of the other thing. And also some cherry trees that I found in the debug mode, because I feel that a Japanese sort of home needs some cherry trees in order to look nice. And also some other stuff that I found in debug, like those plants. And this is a little sort of outdoor sitting space. I was looking for the teapot, the tea set that you can have during your wedding, but I couldn't find it, so I just put the lemonade or juice jug there instead. And I'm also putting a nice little light on that wall so that it shines a little bit in the night. And I'm also putting some of those wind chimes, I think they're called, that they play sort of like, wind chimes, because I think they make a nice sound, and I've always associated them with Japan for some reason. And I'm also struggling with putting some little air conditioning. Ooh, and if you heard that, that's one of my neighbor's dogs who has gotten very excited about something. And I'm just adding the final touches to the house. Just adding some pots and plants, and making sure the upstairs toilet is still a toilet. I imagine it would be quite useful in the mornings. If you really need to be in the middle of the night, for instance, then it's quite useful. And just adding some stuff to the master bedroom where the parents live. As well as some nice plants to the balcony. and some rugs. I'm not sure if Japanese homes traditionally use rugs. In the pictures I saw, it didn't really have much in the way of decoration. It was just sort of very bland. But I'm adding some rugs here and there because I think they're nice and cozy to walk on, and I imagine the Sims themselves will like walking on them. And well, yeah, I guess that's it for this house. It's a quite nice house, and I hope you will like it. It will be available in the gallery for download later. And here come some pictures of the house. There is a family who live there in Maisei. The Satos. Well, the Sato family. And yeah, it's their house. They enjoy it here. And I hope that you have enjoyed this video and that you will be joining me later for more videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care now, and I will see you soon in the next video. Okay? Have a wonderful day. Bye.